Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
This is KZSC Santa Cruz, 88.1 FM, kzsc.org. And my name is John Malkin, and I'm here live in the studio today up here in the Redwoods at the University of California, Santa Cruz, and get to see Tiffany in person and hear a little bit of the end of her interview. And the voice you just heard is Indudoso Makatini, and he's going to be performing at Kumbwa Jazz Center in about 3 weeks. And I had a really sweet interview with him, which is aired on this show and will air again in 2 weeks. He's playing in 3 weeks at Kumbwa downtown. I'm really happy to be here in person today with Matt Scott, who has come up here to the Redwood Cottage in the Woods, KZSC. And Matt, hello and
Hi,
welcome.
John.
How nice that you're here with me.
I'm happy to be here, Johnny.
Yeah. Matt is a longtime friend of mine, and we've been wanting to do a radio show together and just talk about our lives and tell some jokes and talk about music and whatever else comes up.
You're from the same area near Los Angeles, Los Feliz?
Yeah, it's
Near
strange.
there?
Yeah, because we didn't know each other down there. But yeah, I was born in Los Feliz, was raised in Los Feliz. And then when we got to know each other here in Santa Cruz, we discovered we had lived down in Southern California.
Yeah.
We were just talking about our first concerts that we went to as kids. What was your first concert?
I love asking people this question. My first concert was Jackson Browne and Bonnie Raitt at the Santa Monica Civic. But I don't remember much of it. The first concert I remember taking myself to was the Thompson Twins at the Santa Cruz Civic.
Oh,
84.
Thompson Twins, great.
That was a bunch of my friends' first concert as well.
Yeah. And what about, we realized too, we as kids, we had gone to Barnstall Arts Center.
I took my first art classes at Barnstall Park. It was across the street from my elementary school, Los Feliz. I'm so blessed to be an artist. I did art forever. I took my first calligraphy class at Los Angeles City College. I remember when you remember textbooks, you need to cover your textbooks with paper.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you
I
remember drawing on them?
I remember that.
What did you draw on them?
Oh, punk rock rules or new wave.
AC/DC, Journey,
Yeah.
Kiss.
My first concert was Heart. Probably I was 16, and I went with my mom. Maybe my sister was there. It was at the Universal Amphitheater. And then I loved Pat Benatar, and I saw her at the Coliseum. Oh, it was great. I mean, but we were so far away. She was like this big
Yeah.
on the stage. But I loved it. It was so great. You, for a long time, you were asking people questions
Local
like
Talk
this.
for the Good Times. I was a journalist for 18 years for the Good Times from 2003 to 2020. My mom and I were contributors. We both got laid off when the pandemic happened. Free papers are run on ad dollars. When the businesses closed, the good times shrunk in size. No ad dollars. We got laid off. My mom's Risa DeAngelis. She lives in North Oklahoma right now. She did the Good Times horoscope for like 30 years.
Is she still doing
She's
that?
still doing. She's still doing. Her website is nightlightnews.com, and she does a few local papers: Scotts Valley Times, Aptos Times, Capitol Times, maybe.
How interested are you in astrology and horoscope, and has she ever given you great advice or helped you see through things?
She tells me astrology is for Aquarians, something like that. She tells me it's Aquarians. What is it? What is their terms? Aquarius. Astrology is Aquarian something rather. I don't know. I believe in it. I don't believe it. But I don't mess around with Mercury retrograde.
Yeah. Okay, I'm talking with Matt Scott. When did you arrive in Northern California in Santa Cruz?
I first arrived in '78. I went to Galt Elementary School. I lived next to the Darling House in Westcliff in the big Victorian house. But I got bullied. I ran away from school. My mom took me back to school. She literally pulled my arm out. We went to the Galt, and Ross Matichek had been busted that same day for something rather. He was sitting outside of the office. My mom demanded a meeting with him, me, the principal, and her. My mom asked, what do you eat for breakfast? He said, I don't know, cereal. What kind of cereal? I don't know, something rather. She looked at me. I nodded. Yeah, that's a sugary cereal you don't let me have. We went back to LA. I finished 4th, 5th, 6th, 6th grade. My mom said, we're moving to Santa Cruz. I didn't want to move to Santa Cruz. I had family established friends. We've moved around a lot. I had a girlfriend, Evangeline. I ran away. I took the Greyhound bus down there the next month. I told my mom every day I'm moving back to LA. I was writing love letters to Evangeline. I told my mom I'm moving back to LA. She said okay. She didn't realize I was serious. I saved $40 to walk downtown from Kenneth by Bay Street. I walked downtown to Front Street. I got on a Greyhound bus. 12-year-old kid got on a Greyhound bus. It was $28 one way. You can catch 2 buses to Los Angeles and back a day. And just happened to be the blind guy was on the same bus down there and back again.
How old were you when
12,
you did it?
12.
You ran away from home.
Yeah.
You headed back to LA on the Greyhound.
Yeah.
And you met a blind guy on the bus apparently, or you saw
I
him.
didn't talk to him, but 4 years ago, I approached him. He was across from Tacos and Reno's. I said, "Excuse me, sir, but you were on the same bus as me in 1982 Greyhound bus." He said, "I might have been on a bus," and I said, "You had a German Shepherd." He said, "It definitely wasn't a German Shepherd, but he's blind." It was definitely him. I'm good with faces.
Wow, that's just amazing. So how did that go? Running away? How long did you spend in?
I think I spent 4 days down there. I called my buddy, my best friend, and we stood next to each other in 2nd grade class photos. We stood next to each other in 6th grade class photos. We went to comic book conventions together. I called him up and said, "Hey, Harry, it's Matt. I thought you moved away." I ran away. Want to go to the beach? I said yes. When I went over to his house, I said, "Can I make a collect call to my mom?" She said yes. My sister Laura got on the phone. Busted. Handed the phone to my mom. "Where are you?" "I told you I'm moving back to LA." She said, "I have my brother looking for you." I'm so glad he didn't find me. I had an adventure. 4 days. I only saw Evangeline once. Her older sister took me and Jason Park to Fast Times was in Ridgemont High, and when Phoebe Cates gets out of the pool and pulls her top off, Evangeline covered my eyes. And on the way to the bus stop, the song "Should I Stay or Should I Go" was playing on the radio, and my friend's Korean mom, she said, "It's like you." Exciting. I'm so glad to have my memories. Oh my gosh. I had a choice when I was unconscious. I had a choice. I had a choice. I had to make a choice. Die? Me reincarnated today? No, thank you. I love my imagination, my creativity. I love my mind.
Tell people what happened. And I think it's now 5 years.
4 years.
4-year anniversary since this accident happened.
July 1st, 2020. I worked the day before that. I worked my last day of the bicycle tour. I finally had a bike industry job. My favorite invention is bikes. I love bikes. I was born in 1970. When I had my motorcycle wreck, July 82, I had 70 complete bikes in my storage units. Anyways, funny. I love words and numbers. And insurance kicked in 1 hour before my motorcycle wreck. I remember a semi-truck passing on the left. Heavy fog. I was going really slow. It didn't break any bones. I hit a tree. I was going north on 1. My exit is Paso Tiempo. I lived in El Rancho Drive. I didn't make it home. They flew me to Natividad. I was put into an induced coma for 2 weeks, and I'm glad to be here. I have no pain in my body. I'm on no meds. I'm on no meds. I'm blessed to be here.
I am really happy that you're here too. And you just remind me how precious life is and how fragile life is too.
Yeah.
And how resilient you have been through this journey. I think when you became conscious, you couldn't talk even, and you couldn't move. And tell me a bit about regaining some abilities over these years.
I don't know how long. It was like maybe a year till I could walk. They told me I'd never walk again. I proved them wrong. I've been going to more live music now than ever before. I met a woman a year ago. She's 4 days younger than me. Oh my gosh, she's treating me so sweet. Oh my gosh. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have met her, Katya.
Yeah, I am really happy, and it's been so good to see you regaining these abilities and getting involved and being really happy. Whenever I talk to you, you sound really happy. You're going to music stuff, you're dancing. You told me you went to the Oregon Country Fair. Tell me about going up there and going to that.
I've been there for like 10 times. I used to work there. My first one was 1989. My housemate, Kathy Benyon, lived with my mom and I on Bryanston 40. She said, "You're not doing anything this summer. I'm taking you to the Oregon Country Fair." While I was at the fair, my friend David Allen put his hand on my shoulder. We played slosh ball together at De La Viega. He said, "What are you doing here?" "I work here. I'm part of La Tortilla." I got a job with him working there a little. I think I've been there like 10 times. Last time I was there, it was like 25 years ago. It's changed. 800 youth voted to have it be more modern. Oh. There's lasers. The Far Side played there last night.
Oh.
Last year.
Oh, weird. Because I was there, I've only been there once, and it was 5 years ago, and it was kind of hobbit land. Everything built out of wood,
Yeah.
little structures.
Yeah.
In the evening, it seemed kind of magical and very old, village-like. So now it's maybe more electrified.
Not much electrified, but the lasers and hip hop. I love Baby Gramps, the Flying Karamazov brothers,
Yeah.
Tom Noddy, Bubble Girl knows Tom Noddy personally. Anyways, it's changed a lot. I don't know if the Flying Karamazov brothers go there anymore. I don't know if Baby Gramps goes there anymore. I'm doing comedy since my motorcycle wreck. A woman named Mickey at Dignity Health by Woodhouse. She told me a few stories. I couldn't remember anything. She told me I have a little bit of a short-term memory thing. I guess I turned it into a superpower. I did 5 live stream comedy acts. I'm due to do a new one any day now. It started last year. I love it. I love comedy. I love laughing. I love laughter. I love laughter. I love comedy.
I love comedy too, and I love laughing. And even on your answering machine, it says,
Tell a joke.
yeah. Do you want to tell a couple of jokes?
Yeah.
Nothing too,
Racy.
Yeah.
How many people does it take to circumcise a whale? 4 skin divers.
Oh no.
Is that acceptable?
That's acceptable. Yeah. Yeah. Give us another.
Okay. What's brown and rhymes with Snoop? Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. And it sounds like the joke telling was encouraged to help your memory.
I decided to do it. What else am I going to do? Just laugh? I need people to feed me. I can feed myself, but I need people to cook for me, dress me, bathe me, do my laundry. I have lots of help right now. My sister's the number one. She's so good. I love her so much. Laura. She's a fabulous chef, a great seamstress, award-winning seamstress. She got 3rd place last year at the Santa Cruz County Fairs for quilts. Her food is some magic. She cooks with love.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've had her food before. If you're listening, hey Laura, and thanks for being so sweet and loving with your brother Matt all these years. I don't know if there's anyone else you want to say hello to out there.
Bodie, Jove, Laura. I have so many people that love me. I love so many people. I have so much love in my life right now. I feel blessed to be here. Santa Cruz is such a magical place. I'm so psyched my mom brought us here. She was way ahead of her time. Los Feliz and Silver Lake, they're the hipster places in Los Angeles. She brought us here in 1978 first and 1982. It's blown up. It's blown up. I love it here. It's such magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny visiting Los Feliz now. It was just a family area when we were living there, and now it's the Hollywood hipster area. It's crazy. And it's beautiful. It's right by Griffith Park, so it's kind of green.
I love Griffith Park.
Mm-hmm.
Griffith Park was my stomping grounds.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm just going to mention that we are live here up at KZSC, and this show is called Transformation Highway, and my name is John Malkin. You can hear this show every Thursday at noon right here on KZSC Santa Cruz, 88.1 FM, kzsc.org. And I'm today speaking with Matt Scott. resident of Santa Cruz. So tell me a little more about your healing process. And I know Cabrillo College and the Stroke and Disability Center have been really great for you.
Yeah, I've been going to the Cabrillo Stroke and Disability Learning Center for like 4 years. It's beautiful there. The people, the instructors, oh my gosh, they're so excellent. I love it there. I've taken a ceramics class, adaptive yoga, art, mobility, peer group and counseling sessions, men's group. It's so great. I love it there. I want to teach something, maybe improv. I love this. I love the students and the teachers, the instructors. Excellent. Brandy, Sally, Joanna, Lenny, and all the aides.
I used to play music for dance classes at Cabrillo in the dance studio that's right next door to the Stroke and Disability Center. So I encountered a lot of people who are getting a lot of support there. It's really great. I'm glad that you're hooked in to that. Tell me what you're doing. I mean, when I run into you around town, you always have great ideas about creative projects.
Yeah.
Sculptures, wanting to bring artists to town. What kind of things are you hoping to be involved with?
I really want to create a nonprofit foundation that brings other artists from other countries to town. I also want to create a maker space, all of the arts, photography, sculpture, silk screening, clothing design, culinary arts, films. Chris Connor says hi, by the way.
Oh yeah, great.
And I was texting Trey Donovan. He said, "You're his favorite punk rock Buddhist."
Oh, good! Yay!
Trey did my website, heartwrencher.com. I'm having a challenge on there, the Heart Wrencher Challenge. I made the Heart Wrencher for a girlfriend 31 years ago at Cabrillo College. It was diamond plate steel with vintage wrenches. The first Heart Wrencher Challenge ended on my birthday last year, February 8th, 2026. I've received some artwork. We're gonna put that together with some postcards. Next year it's gonna be way bigger. We're gonna bring all artists out. We're gonna pick the eight best designs and print them on postcards and sell them. And third of them, we're gonna split my money of three ways. Artist gets the third of the money. The nonprofit of the artist's choice gets the second one, and my foundation that is yet to be made that's the third portion.
Say the website again and how people can keep up with what you're doing.
Heartwrencher.com.
Yeah, nice.
I recently made stickers, bro prints, maybe stickers and t-shirts and hats. Beautiful stuff. Matt O'Leary is a local artist. He helped me a lot. Shout out to Matt O'Leary.
You're wearing a hat now that has the lighthouse and these rays of light coming out of it. What is that? I haven't seen that exact hat before.
Yeah, I had Matt. I said this exact design. Half the rising sun of Japanese flag and the lighthouse on the backside. He did this, I guess, on AI, and he got it printed at Bro Prints. They sold it out at Steamer Supply. I only brought 6 of them to Fran at Steamer Supply. Do you know Fran at Steamer Supply?
I don't think I do.
Beautiful place, beautiful lady. She used to sell at Farmers Market. she approached the state and has a place by the lighthouse in Santa Cruz. It's called Steamer Supply. Great food, great food. They got the guy from Restaurant Monte in the kitchen. Oh my gosh, Adolfo, I think his name is Adolfo. He used to buy kumquats for me when it sold for Brokaw Farms at the farmer's market.
I would always see you at the farmer's market.
I love
Yeah.
farmer's market. I
Yeah.
go to 3 a week now.
Wow.
Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday.
What do you usually get, or do you watch music there, and what kind of stuff do you usually get at the farmer's
Oh
market?
my gosh, so many good things there. I get strawberries, early girl tomatoes, dino kale, garlic, bell peppers, red onions, mushrooms, sprouts, meat from El Salchichero.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Companion, but
Oh yeah,
it's so sweet.
so good.
I really love their cinnamon buns and their cookies.
Oh yeah, I love sweets too.
These guys make pickles there. Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to having pickles on my sandwich today.
Nice. What booths? I remember running into you always at booths at the farmer's market. Didn't you do for a while some?
Kitchen witch bone broth.
That was right.
Yeah.
Are they still around?
No, they're not.
I don't think they are. Yeah, that's what you were doing there.
Shout out to Missy.
You know, you mentioned that the hat you're wearing was designed partly through using AI.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're interested. You must be. Everyone seems to be interested in AI, and some people are quite worried about where it's heading. Here at KZSC, there's discussion of creating a policy to ban AI music from being played.
Yeah.
What do you think about what's happening with AI and benefits and downsides?
I think for a disabled person like me, I use a walker and a wheelchair. I'm legally blind. I want to make art. I think it would benefit me, but I know the downsides is it's taking jobs from humans. I don't like that at all. But I think I'm on the fence with it. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I had Matt use it AI for this design. And I don't like it. I've heard some music from AI. I don't like it. It sounds, it's not good.
Does it sound obvious to you that it's machine made, or were you kind of fooled when you heard some AI music?
I suspected some music was AI because it sort of sounded like Camper Van Beethoven and Cracker. I said, "Who is this?" I have an Alexa Echo. I said, "Who is this? Where are they from? Los Angeles? What are their names?" I was suspicious. Maybe they're real. Maybe they're real people.
Do you like Camper Van
I
Beethoven?
love Camper Van Beethoven. In fact, Greg Lisher is my good friend. He lives by a blind guy. That's in my story. I think he maybe died recently, or maybe moved. There's students living in the blind guy's house now. Greg Lisher, hi. Shout out to Greg.
Hey,
You know
Greg
Greg?
Lisher. I know Greg. I like Greg. Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. Hey, Greg Lisher. Yeah, Camper Van Beethoven. You must have seen them perform now and again.
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw them at the Fillmore last summer with Brent Adams.
Nice.
Shout out to Brent Adams. Vessel.
Tell people about the vessel and what do you know is happening there now? It's kind of shifting.
It's only lasting for like 3 or more months. It's a venue behind Denny's. It's a sort of like an underground scene. It's donation. There's bands, art. I don't know what it's also studios. No, people can rehearse their bands there.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan has been a really great advocate for homeless people. I think he founded the Warming Center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been involved in a lot of activism over the years. There's been so many intense periods of time of activism in Santa Cruz, and some of it I think people don't remember. Even the Occupy movement that happened. Chris Connor, you mentioned earlier, who's a mutual friend, he was really involved, and it was an exciting time when it seemed like maybe there'd be a move towards a democratic culture, and people obviously were occupying public areas and down by the county building in that whole park, and then people went into the bank across the river and occupied the bank for 3 days, and there were huge parties in there and hundreds of people went in. And later, unfortunately, the police identified 12, 13 people and arrested them, and Brent was one of them. Some of those people weren't really even involved in that occupation. Grant Wilson was one of them. Some of those people ended up going to court 50 times and being told, you're going to go to prison eventually. No one did go to prison, but it was quite a squashing of the activist community at that time. Interesting. I don't know what you were doing.
I was traveling at that time. I was traveling. Was it? I think I was traveling. What year was that? I remember being in New Zealand. They had an Occupy thing in New Zealand. When was the Occupy thing again?
It was about 10 years ago. I'd have to look
Maybe
it up.
Maybe more.
Mm-hmm. I wrote a good story about the occupation of the bank for the Good Times. It was a cover story, but I'd have to look it up and see when that was. It was an exciting, interesting experiment that kind of went away. This is frustrating for me to see things develop and then they go away, but even 15 years ago, I did a lot of research about surveillance and police wanting to use license plate reader cameras in Santa Cruz, and the police trying to get a Bearcat armored personnel carrier, and all of that kind of, the activism sort of fizzled, and now there's a renewed effort to get rid of flock license plate reader cameras, which has been successful, and that's really good. Awesome. So, yeah.
Do you know Harry? Harry? He was in the army. He was over here. He knows you, Harry.
Yeah.
He used to live in Ithaca, and the cameras in Ithaca are, they voted to not have them, so people put covers over them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am happy to be here with Matt Scott, and we have talked about doing a radio program together for a while, and I'm just really happy you're alive and healthy and doing good and laughing a lot, and it's a pleasure to have you here up at KZSC. It's nice.
Thank you. I was here in the 80s with Tigo Mason. Tigo, wherever you are, shout out to Tigo Mason. I remember you had a reggae show. And that night we maybe went to Steel Pulse at the Civic Auditorium.
Steel Pulse. Did you know, when I ask people this, almost all the time, people do not know this movie I'm talking about. But this movie came out in 1980. So
I love movies. I
know. So we watched it in Orange County. I had moved to Orange County when I turned 18, moved there from Los Feliz. And we're loving punk rock and new wave. And this movie came out and it had like 30 bands in it. The movie is called Erg.
Erg, Music Wars.
A music war.
I think the Cramps are in it.
Cramps are in it, Gang of Four, Pere Ubu, Devo, Joan Jett, Toya Wilcox, Echo and the Bunnymen, on and on, like Dead Kennedys, steel poles.
Awesome. I saw Echo and the Bunnymen at the Henry J. Kaiser Convention Center.
Nice.
And I also saw The Cure there. And my first concert there was, what was it? It was New Wave in England. I don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, but I think that God's got a sixth sense of humor, and when I die, I expect to find him laughing. Depeche Mode.
What a great... Yeah.
I got such great memory. I have so many lyrics in my mind. I have my own lyrics too. I want to do music. I have some hip hop lyrics. I need some collaborators. Help me, please. I got mad lyrics like from '86. My first rap rhyme was '86. It's kind of like a public service announcement. My latest rap is bitchin' cool.
Have you ever performed musically? Singing or music?
Yeah, I sang in the 1986 Reno Jazz Festival.
What?
Yeah.
Reno Jazz Festival. And what did you sing there?
Zop-zada, 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 Tangerine, Tobacco Road, get your kids on Route 66.
Wow, wow.
That was an excellent time. I partied with one of the founder members of Brazilian Girls. His name is Jesse Murphy. He now plays with Nora Jones. Shout out to Jesse. And Jay Ruby and Kurt Ferber. It was so fun.
That's great.
Laughing at the memories.
Hey, you mentioned that your motorcycle accident happened July 1st, 2020.
2022.
Oh, 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 years ago.
You know, sometimes I'm thinking that no one is talking about COVID. And fair enough, it's kind of like talking about a bad nightmare, so why do that? But your accident happened kind of at the end of the lockdown time. What do you remember what your experience was like during COVID, or is your memory not so good from
I had
that?
a great experience. I had such a great experience. I've never got COVID. In August, maybe August, I went on an epic motorcycle ride to Idaho, camping on and off road with 7 other guys. Then I crossed Oregon, went down the whole coast of Oregon. When the CZU fire was happening, I was in George's bed in Newport, Oregon. George had a pizza place there.
Mm-hmm.
He made me a fresh homemade pizza before I went to bed in his place. Then I went to spend the night at my buddy's Bill's Trewortha's house in Humboldt. Fun times. I had such a great experience. I had a secret lover. I was happy.
Yeah, that sounds really great, and it's reminding me what was beautiful during that time, slowing down and being with family, and then the quiet and less cars and no airplanes. Like there were no airplanes for a while.
Yeah.
And then we're kind of hearing stories, and I guess it depended where you lived, like having direct experiences with there's more wild animals around and more bird song. So that part of slowing down and less rushing around was good for a lot of people.
Yes, it made biking on the roads better. The roads there was nobody on the roads.
Mm.
When I like to mountain bike mostly. Road bikes only go where cars go. I love mountain bikes. I was riding my cyclocross bike from Old San Jose Road to De La Vega. Oh my gosh, there was nobody on the roads.
I also, was and still am interested that people around the world, like Black Lives Matter, really expanded during COVID.
Yeah.
It just happened to be George Floyd was killed, and then 20 other people were killed. Um, and people all over the world were saying we need to end policing how it is and create real community safety. And the word defund started being used. And the police and governments were saying, well, defund, what does that mean even? Or, wow, defund, that's too intense of a word. And now the current president is defunding all kinds of stuff. So the concept of defund is available, but defunding policing has kind of faded away or has been pushed away. I don't know if you were interested in Black Lives Matter and defund and what was happening even locally around that stuff.
I wasn't aware of it locally. I support. I'm a big supporter of Black Lives Matter in my heart. I have several black friends in Santa Cruz. My oldest friend is Evan Green. I've known him since Los Angeles. His mother came down to Los Angeles. I think it was called. It was about a woman in prisons. There was a play, maybe a musical. His mom's name is Rita. I forget what it's called, but we endless games of pillow fighting. Evan Green. Hi, Evan Green. You're in Sacramento now. I hope you're well. Blessings, Evan.
We have just a few minutes left, Matt, and you had said earlier that you didn't really want to talk about politics until the end.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, we don't have to. But
I'm
if you have
gonna
something,
bust out.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm a big fan of marijuana. I was cautious when I smoked it. I dealt it. I was cautious. I didn't know how it would make me feel when I had my traumatic brain injury. I still suffer from a traumatic brain injury. You can tell by my speech. I love marijuana, edibles, smoking. It feels so good. Oh my gosh, it's crime and a sin. It was ever illegal. We evolved with it for thousands of years. Humans evolved with it for thousands of years. Oh my gosh, all the black and brown people that are in prison, let them out. Let them out. Fucking A. Sorry. You can edit that out.
Yeah, but I have to now. It's.
I know, you gotta do.
I have to say this now. And then I'll tell a little story about words here. Because we're not allowed to say one of those words that you just said.
Do it.
Because the government of the United States and the FCC tell us not to. As a non-commercial educational radio station, KZSC supports free expression of ideas, but there are some words you cannot say. Please be aware that the opinions expressed are those of the speakers or artists only. Today, that's Matt Scott. And they do not necessarily reflect the views of the UC Regents, KZSC staff, management, or underwriters. We welcome your feedback on our programming. Please direct your comments to the Program Review Committee. You can call them at 831-459-4726 or email prc@kzsc.org. And I honestly, I did my show on Free Radio Santa Cruz for 20 years, and we said whatever we wanted to say. And I find it a little absurd that the U.S. government controls speech over the airwaves when they're dropping bombs on children. In the meantime, Bodie, my son, is going to be 19 years old soon, going off to college. Hi, Bodie. let's go to college. Whoa,
Yeah.
crazy. I brought him here to the studio at KZSC when he was 10 years old. He sat where you're sitting. I did my show. He read some PSAs.
Nice.
It was totally fun. I thought he had not seen the sign on the wall that lists the words you cannot say on the radio. And when we left the studio, he said, "Dad, here's some words I just learned from the sign in the studio." Oh, really good.
Funny.
Matt, we have to wrap up. And any last thoughts?
Thank you, John, for this opportunity. Blessings, everyone. Happy joy. Inspire people. Be inspiring. Go outside. Get off your phones. Go outside and get in nature. Disconnect from computers. Time off. In my cult, we're gonna have no computers Sundays. No computer Sundays. Blessings.
Sounds good. It's so nice to take a break from screens. Yeah. Matt, what a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to know you all these years, and I'm happy you're doing
Me too.
really well.
Me too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
My name is John Malkin. This is Transformation Highway, and this is KZSC Santa Cruz. This program is Static Stacks, where you can expect an eclectic mix of hardcore, soul, and whatever smart plugs in.
Want to turn my phone off?